Cybersecurity Awareness Month, and we're diving right into the shortfalls that exist when it comes to protecting our personal data and the steps we can take right now to defend ourselves from cyber criminals. I know it's a scary thing, but joining us live this morning is expert on this insight, founder of cybersecurity startup agency, Amir Tarighat. And Amir, good morning. So glad to have you with us here this morning.
Great to be here.
Yeah, so let's just start right away. We know that there's a ton of criminal activity going on out there in the cyber world. Tell us where we stand today and what still needs to be improved to make this more secure.
Well, cybersecurity is more important than ever. The global cost of cyber attacks have risen to over $10 trillion a year. And it's growing 15% every year. Individuals are now the biggest target for cyber attacks, even more than large organizations. And so everybody has to take control of their privacy and digital security.
Yeah, for sure. It's a scary thing, and it can happen to anyone, as we all know. So tell us about the MoveIt data breach and how that impacted people, particularly here in Western Washington.
Absolutely. The MoveIt data breach was actually the biggest attack in the last year and probably one of the biggest in the last decade. Over 60 million people worldwide were affected. And in the Washington area, several universities, including the Washington State University system, were affected by their third parties and community members that were using this file transfer tool. So teachers, students, personal data, it's unclear how deep the breach went, but personal information definitely got compromised.
I mean, that is the scary thing for everyone out there, especially teachers and students, and especially when you're trying to buy something online. So why are some cyber criminals targeting individual people versus businesses or government?
Well, over the last few years, the government and large enterprises have started investing a lot of money in cybersecurity and, hiring more people, new technology, but individuals really haven't kept up with that. Most people are still using antivirus that came from a box, from decades ago, but hackers have shifted to focusing on individuals so that they can compromise the organizations that they work for. So almost all of the major data breaches that have happened in the last few years started with compromising someone in their personal life to get to the companies and organizations they work for.
So those are some of the most common ways that they target these people. What steps can we do to best protect ourselves against those criminals? I know it's hard and it's scary.
Absolutely. I would say the first step that everyone should take is to turn on two-factor authentication for all of their most important accounts, like your email, your social media, your banking accounts, and make sure you don't use SMS-based two-factor authentication. So use an app for authentication. There's tons of free apps to do that with. The second thing is I would search online your name, your telephone number, your personal information, and make sure you request that information gets removed off the web. Because the way hackers compromise people is that they take some information that comes from a data breach and they cross-reference that with public information like your address, your date of birth, your phone number, and that's how they generate those phishing emails that they send your friends, relatives, and coworkers to trick them into sending money or installing software.
So I know we all get those emails that say, hey, quick, send money, or take a look at some of my pictures. You continue to get those. What's the best thing to do? Also, maybe contact if you know someone sending those out who may be a friend and you know it's not coming from them, but to double check. I mean, this is something the checks and balances need to keep going. And what are some more tips on that?
It's really scary because honestly, the best thing you can do is just be cautious. There's no way this is something that purely software or security tools are going to solve. You've just got to use good judgment, double check, don't send money, don't click on links that don't seem safe, read what the email address is from every email. And especially be careful on your smartphone because it's even harder to do that, with the small screen and the shortened URLs.
Well, it just makes me want to throw this smartphone away, right? Just toss it out and not click on anything because accidents do happen. Well, we so much appreciate you being here, the founder of cybersecurity startup agency, Amir Tarighat. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Thanks for having me.